Good morning, everyone. Let me lower the music just a bit. This one's got some semi-loud bits to it. Good morning, good morning. Oof. I am ready to start the day. I hope you are all too. Evie! Hey, how have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. Gluten-free croissants. Ooh. Here, let me switch over so I can wave to you. Hey, V. It's been forever. Oh, I forgot to make sure that the camera isn't doing the auto adjust thing. Hold on a second. You'll have to let me know how those come out. I don't think I've ever had a gluten-free croissant before. It sounds good though. Easy on the tummy. Okay, let me lower the music a little bit for myself. And then, yeah, it's so hard. You started your own bakery business. Oh, you've been busy. Okay, no wonder I haven't seen you around. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so glad that you're still keeping up with all the bakery stuff. That's so cool. Yeah, I imagine, like, getting a proper rise and everything without the gluten is an extra challenge, but I believe in you. You can do it. How's your business going? Do you have any pictures of some of your bakes that you would like to share? No pressure, but I would love to see some of your baked goods. For sure. You got placement in! Oh, hell yeah. Congratulations. That's huge. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy for you. I remember how passionate you were about baking, so I'm glad that it's going well. And you'll let me know how mic mixing is. I'm a little sleepy, a little semi-low spoons today, so my voice might be a little bit quieter than usual. So let me know if I need to adjust my mic, if I need to adjust my music. Happy to do any of that. Mic mixing is good? Okay. Good, good. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm still somewhat recovering from the last stream, to be honest. In a good way. In a good way. The last stream was wild, and I've just been processing everyone's kindness, and just takes me a while to internalize kindness, and that's something that I hope to keep working on for sure. And I'm grateful for all of you, so yeah, thank you. I was looking at bills again today and I realized, like, wow, yeah, everybody's help last time is really is going to be what lets me have a grocery budget that's actually a good grocery budget next month. So, very, very grateful. Hello there, Dr. Sploot. Hello. How have you been, Sploot? Right now I'm just retaping down the sides of this piece. It's a very belated birthday piece for RozziestheBard, dear friend of the channel. And this paper gets a little bit unruly once I start watercoloring on it, so I'm not surprised that it started to really kind of escape its confines there. Rewriting my CV to apply for a new job. Oh, good luck, good luck. Wishing you all the luck with new job. The paper yearns for freedom. It shall not have freedom. I was kind of debating if I wanted to start layering in some colored pencil for this piece in particular, to do some more sketching on it and then build up some more watercolor. So I think I am going to do exactly that. But yeah, we're just being cozy today. Nice and chill. Let's see, we'll need our yellows. And then tomorrow, when we art stream, it'll still be cozy, but I will definitely think I will be splitting my audio up for that one, so that we can listen to Queens of the Stone Age tomorrow. Because I have a yearning, I have a craving. To do art while listening to quotes. I wish this playlist in particular, I might actually skip to the next playlist just because I'm getting a little annoyed of having to constantly adjust the volume on this one. It's mixed really badly. Hold on, let me see if the next one is any better. And just all of the tracks have very, very different volumes. And I know I've played this second one that I've lined up before. Yeah, that's gonna work out better. That's gonna be more consistent. Good, good, good. There we go. Because otherwise I have to go into the volume mixer and just like constantly adjust it, and I don't want to do that when I'm starting to paint. So yeah. I hope you're all doing well today. Do you ever watch Trophy? I watch Trophy sometimes. Yeah. They're good beans. Seatbelt loves Trophy. If I ever put Drawfee up on the screen, she is immediately running over and transfixed. She loves watching Drawfee. It's very cute. I think she just likes watching, like, because they have, like, not always a cartoony style, but, like, when they're just doing, like, sketches and doodles, like, they have the kind of, like, little cartoons being drawn on the page, and so I think she just loves watching the lines being made. And she likes watching the little cartoon heads pop up more than like real life nature videos. Like, I think it confuses her less, and so she enjoys it more. Oh yeah. And also we met on the Deep Blue Ink Discord. That's true. That's true too. Let's see, I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? Use an ochre. You and Seatbelt both. Oh, your dog. I hope your dog's doing well. 0, right? I hope I'm remembering that right. I just remember the pictures of your dog always being super cute. Let's see. I think I might do a cadmium yellow. It might be a little bit bright, but I think it'll work out for this first layer. There we go. He's called Mr. Zero, that's right. Okay, cool. I'm glad I remembered. It's a good boy. And I have 5 million references. I have, I swear I should apply for a job with these people because I keep preaching about them all the time. I love, my favorite plugin of all time is a plugin called Session Buddy. And it's great because I tend to have 5 million tabs always, and then I keep kind of like using up too much CPU in my Chrome instances. And so when I want to free up some memory, I use Session Buddy to save everything that I have open. And then it saves it all within individual folders for each window. And so, like, as long as I sort my windows by, oh, this is my window of references, this is my window of, like, job stuff, this is my window of research for, you know, whatever thing I'm researching, then it's really easy for me to go into Session Buddy and then just open up that one window. It'll save it forever as a session. And if I was better about it, I could actually label everything, and keep it organized like maximally, and I don't do that yet. I need to, but I have not taken full advantage of that quite yet, unfortunately. But yeah, I really like it a lot, and it lets me look at the references I had saved for this. So for Rozzie's drawing, I'm doing a mix of rose varieties for the background. So I've got some different wild roses that are a bit more open. I've got some of the more classic looking roses, all for me to look at and just start kind of adding in. Because I don't know, I want to start adding those in over having my pencil sketch marks that are really rough. I probably should have warmed up before I just jumped right into it, but I don't know. I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, today I was planning to do the Dracula catch-up and get all of that done and rolling, and then, I don't know, I was awake for like 20 minutes and I was like, I kind of feel quiet today, in all honesty. Like, I still wanted to stream, but I was feeling kind of sleepy. And so I was like, let's just paint today. Today is just a painting day. So I haven't done stream updates yet. I have some redeems to work on. Oh, what happened? Oh, Libra, hello. Welcome on in, Libra. Hi. Yes, everybody go follow Libra. If you're not following Libra already, please go follow Libra. Hi everyone, I'm Ale, any pronouns. Welcome into the cafe. Today we're having a chill session where we're just working on some watercolors. And, thank you for the follow. And also doing some colored pencils on them too. Rozzies, I'm working on your belated birthday gift. Finally. Thank you for waiting so patiently for it. I'm excited to be working on it today. So we'll see how this one goes, and maybe while this one is drying, when I put some paints on it later, after doing some layers of colored pencil, we'll also work on... Where did it go? Oh, here it is. We'll continue working on scrambles, because I know a lot of you came from Doig Swift, so you'll probably be familiar with Doig's raccoon character of Scrambles from Ballad of Ennerswall. And that's this one. Which every time I see it, it makes me laugh because the expression came out better than I could have hoped. There's still a lot of layers I need to add to this one, and there's some color pencil work that I'm gonna do to this one too. But yeah, I thought y'all might enjoy looking at scrambles there. The full bags, yeah. Let me catch up with chat real quick. Let's see. Everybody that's here. Oh my god, so many good beans. Rosie, why is Automod out to get you? No, you can be here. It's okay. I actually kind of like that you can see how I'm working on your piece. I have the full camera set up today instead of the over the shoulder. But if folks really want it to be over the shoulder so that you can see me working on the one piece right side up, let me know. If that works better. Hi Juno, hi Meister, hi Bray, saludos, hi Force Manas. Libra's last words. Good night, Libra. Have a good sleep. Hi Sage, moi Sage. Hello Pud. Hello, hello. Hola, Osito. Oh my goodness. Oh, Ale time. Hi, Ale. Hola, Dizzy. Moi, Dizzy. I hope you are all having a wonderful Friday. Hopefully y'all are not too jarred by me having kind of a sleepy chill one today. But yeah, that's the plan for today, is just a sleepy chill one. I'm working on some art. Libra's blendering was very exciting. I loved it a lot. Oh, Dizzy! Shit, what do I say here? I'm nervous. I need to say something. Areolae. Oh dear. Did I do justice to your voice there, Dizzy? Thank you for the resubscription. Thank you for all the support, Dizzy. You're very sweet. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm getting some lots and lots of yellow roses into this piece for Rozzie, because Rozzie loves yellow. And I was looking up flower language stuff to like find good flowers, and it seemed like yellow roses were like for friendship, for happiness, like for good wishes. And I was like, okay, cool. That seems good. I think yellow roses also have good meanings in Japanese culture as well. So I don't know. I did the research and then I promptly forgot most of it. as happens sometimes. Yeah, some of these will be a little bit warm-uppy, and that's okay, because we got a lot of layers to go, so they don't need to be perfect right now. We'll improve them over time. More than anything, I really wanted to start blocking them in because I wanted to start seeing the piece a little bit more realized too. So some of it is for my own sake, so that I actually can like see where the piece is going. And not just have everything be like inconspicuous blobs. But something I want to try to get going is also figuring out how to not just do outlines of the flowers, but how to start kind of filling them in shape and volume wise without necessarily like just drawing outlines of flowers. Trying to think of a better way to explain that, but hopefully that made sense. But some of that I'll be able to really do a lot easier once I start painting with watercolors too, so it's okay. That's kind of the nice thing about watercolors. It's a slow process, but it's also kind of forgiving in that way. And that there's a lot of things that you can just kind of correct over time without it being like set and done forever, which is what I kind of felt like watercolors were for a long time. And the more I work with them, the more that I'm starting to learn how forgiving they actually can be. It's just forgiving in a very slow way. Hi, Tris. Want to hear a funny thing about my experience with roses? Oh, yeah. Hopefully the roses is not not safer. I don't know what, and it's not safe for. I don't know what the K stands for, Dizzy. I just woke up an hour ago. I'm sleepy. Hi, Kieran. I was just reading Dizzy's message. I was being a good streamer and reading support messages without editing them. I hope roses aren't like a bad memory for you, Rose. I'll tell you later. I just love and hate them. Well, hopefully these are roses that are safe. I should have asked you what your favorite flower was at some point, but I really do love yellow roses too. Have a good lurk, Tris. I'm laughing because I'm seeing the camera preview and I'm seeing that like everything is so light. Arr. I might adjust the camera during the first commercial break because now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, I think I might put it back to the over the shoulder view. I wanted to give it a try just to see if I liked it having this full view a bit more, but I think this view works better for acrylics where you can really see what's going on even from a distance. I think for watercolor and colored pencil, you really have to just kind of be closer up. Okay, and I gotta save room for your feet because your feet are still existing in the piece. And if anyone's hearing the horror music and going like, isn't it too early for Halloween? We pretty much celebrate Halloween here 365 days a year, so. But in a cozy way, relaxed way. Kind of haunted way. The irony is that roses are probably my fave because my dad. That's true. My dad and Gran named me, but like my dad also. Oh no. Hi, Meister. But yeah, that's true. You are Rose. You're Rozzie. Rozzie Rose. Mm. I actually am curious. I'm not just like trying to get content from you, chat, but what is everybody's favorite flowers? My favorite flowers are hibiscus. Hibiscus is my #1 favorite flower. And then I really love, oh, what's the other flower I love? Why do I always forget? Oh my gosh, yeah, hibiscus and Mexican marigolds, the thing that I draw all the time. I love cempasúchil. I love, love, love cempasúchil. And they are one of my favorite flowers forever. I want to someday, well, I want to get a lot of tattoos one day. But one of the things that I want to have on my body to unite a bunch of the tattoos is that I want to have like the tattoo pieces, right? And then interlacing between all of the tattoos, wrapping around it, growing between them, blossoming between them. I want to have just like marigolds everywhere, all over my body. And eventually be a canvas of artwork and marigolds. And for those who don't know, marigolds are very, very important in Mexican culture because they are the flower of Dia de los Muertos. So they are the flower of the Day of the Dead, right? And they are considered a flower that acts as a beacon, like a light, for the spirits of your deceased loved ones to be able to come back to earth and be able to find you so that you can be with them again during the Day of the Dead celebrations. You know, not in a scary way, in a nice way, in a nice way. Sometimes I think people who are outside of the culture hear that and they're like, oh, and it's like, no, it's in a nice way. It's in a nice way. You know, we want them there again to celebrate. A common thing to do during Dia de los Muertos is like to actually go and picnic in the cemetery and have picnics there on the tombstones of your loved ones so that they can picnic with you, you know? And I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful and very sweet. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. This one I'm going to make a marigold. And it'll be a little flower from me, specifically. So this one will be a marigold, but the rest will be roses. Yeah, during the first ad break, I'll adjust the camera down so that it's closer and you can get a better view of what's going on. I should get my sketchbook out because it's been a second since I worked on this piece. And some of it is so light I'm forgetting my thumbnail, but I do have a thumbnail for this piece. I could show you. My thumbnails are super chaotic, but they do help me remember what the heck I wanted to draw. Like, these are my thumbnails for wait, is this it? Yeah, for like a couple pieces. Here's the Rozzie one. Makes sense now, right? But it does help me remember like what I was planning. Yeah. Oh, and I was thinking of adding carnations too. Okay. Oh, I think I was, no, I think I ended up thinking carnations, and then I was like, no, it should be roses. So I ended up liking roses better when I was looking up photos. Hi, hi. Grab your drink and welcome on in.
Hello there.
Remy! Hi, Remy. Enjoy your drink, Meister. Oh, that's the... You got the schnoo drink. Morning, Remy. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Kieran, enjoy your drink. And Rozzie, enjoy your drink. Oh, Rozzie, you got a cute one. I love that door sound so much. And Sploot, enjoy your drink. I took like, I already mentioned this before, I took like 2 hours going through sound bites on like a free to use site, trying to find like the perfect door chime. Because I was like, no, it has to be a door chime that I can listen to like 500 times and not get sick of. And I went through, oh my god, I went through so many different like cafe door chimes. And then I heard this one and I was like, ooh. And then I listened to like, I think 10 others and I came back to it because all the other ones were terrible. And I was like, yeah, no, it's this one. It is this one. I just wanted to make sure that there weren't any others. But yeah, this one makes it really feel like a nice cozy cafe. I hope you all enjoy your drinks. Baron is always behind the counter during cafe hours. And you never have to ask for a drink. He always knows exactly what you need at any given time. At some point, I'll actually have him drawn and part of the overlay, so it doesn't just sound like I'm talking crazy. You can also request a drink to add to the menu. You can do any drink that you want. It can be any concept, any idea that you want. And if you're like, actually, I just kind of want a drink modeled after me, I can do that too. And I'll figure out a drink that represents you in some way, shape, or form. It may not be like, like, oh, this drink is immediately XYZ person, but it will be something that pays a loving homage to you. Steven, Steveticus III, redeemed that last stream. I haven't had time to put it into the queue. I was going to before stream, and then I was just very sleepy. We had a heat wave and then a pretty high pressure system of storms coming in, so it's going to be raining kind of off and on all day, which will be really nice and will cool the city down. But it left me really, really tired yesterday. Not too bad of like a headache, just more tension than anything. But yeah, I think some of you saw me around just kind of like being in and out of sleep all day and all night. I was watching movies with friends at one point and I felt bad because I really, really liked the movie. It was very funny. But I loved the company that I had to watch the movie with, but I was falling asleep and starting to feel like really crappy headache wise. And so I had to tap out and I didn't get to see the end of the movie. And by the time I like woke up from that nap, everybody was already gone, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was out for a really long time. So it's like, it's not their fault at all. It's nobody's fault. It's just the stuff that happens when you have kind of chronic headaches and migraines is that when you have storm systems come in, you're just kind of like a weather detector. But it started to rain in the morning and the pressure's starting to let up, so. And it's also not so hot anymore either, so that's all helping out a lot. So I'm a little sleepy today, but otherwise pretty good. Let's see. Speaking of plants, I keep meaning to get some compost / soil and start growing a little bonsai lemon tree. That sounds so cute. Oh my gosh. If you do, please share pictures as it grows. I love bonsai. I love, love, love bonsai. One of my favorite places to go to in New York are all of the botanical gardens that are here. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful places. So well curated and cared for. It was really funny. I'm going off on tangents. Let me finish this one thing and then I can talk about the tangent. But at the Brooklyn Botanical Garden, they actually have a special room for bonsai. And they have a bonsai plant and tree collection there that has some bonsai that are like hundreds of years old and were donated as like legacy gifts from families, and are being very well cared for and maintained. Hello there. By the staff. And so every time that you go back, it's really kind of comforting because over the years I've gone there so many times. But there's sometimes new bonsais, but all of the old ones are always there. And I don't know, there's something kind of comforting that all of those familiar bonsai trees are just always there every time that I go back to check on them. Go back to see how they're doing. They're so cool. Some of them are pretty big. Like, they're still bonsai trees, but like some of them have trunks that are like this thick around, you know, like they're just wow, so cool. One of the hello there. One of the things that the Brooklyn Botanical Garden does in particular is that they they have dogs that come by and patrol the geese that will sometimes come onto the site. So they have specially trained dogs that like will go in and kind of get rid of some of the more pesky geese that show up. And any of the waterfowl from the Prospect Park that's right next to it that get in and cause a menace, cause a havoc. They don't hurt the geese. They just herd them out like shepherd dogs. But it's kind of amazing because I spent a weekend with the family of one of my best friends, and one of their family members is actually one of the people who brings the dogs around for that task. And I was like, oh my god, I was just at the garden the other weekend and saw about that being a new thing. That's amazing. And I was just like really happy to meet one of the people that actually does it. And they have signs posted around that like when you see the dogs working, you gotta let them work. Don't bother them. They're busy. They're busy. It's really cute. Who do we got? Hello, empanadas. Hola, hola. Enjoy your drink. Good morning, Roa. Good morning, Jedi. Welcome on in. And good morning, Schnoo. I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday so far. Old friends told me that bonsai lemons like bathrooms for warmth and humidity. Ooh. Goose shield. That's right. Goose shield. Here. Let me get the camera nicer for you all. And also, let me know. They started doing it again. I thought they would be done today. There is a jackhammer going on outside. If you hear it, let me know, and I'll adjust the mic so that you can't hear it. I'll suffer, but I don't want you to suffer. Okay. Chat, hold on. We're gonna move the mic around. Or not the mic, the camera. What? You're going for a ride. Whoa. I have a 3-section boom arm just for the webcam. That's my tummy. You can see that I'm still wearing pajamas. Pajamas is streamer formal attire, I'm convinced. Okay. I keep saying like the webcam preview and seeing that it's like so light. There you go. Now you can actually see what the hell I'm doing. There. Right up close and personal. And during the ad break I'll... Oh no, that's actually pretty good. Cool. Cool. So yeah, now you can actually see what I've been doing this whole time. But yeah, I'm starting to put in all of the flowers. And then I'll start putting in some layers of watercolor once I do some additional sketching on top of the characters in this piece. Has to be a great way to manage their energy, especially in a city. Yeah. Hi, Snow. Just imagining you coming up to the window of the cafe and just going, Fah! Good morning, Snow. There we go. We won't be adjusting the camera too much. I will bump the table every now and again. This is the life of a traditional artist, is that I will sometimes bump the table, but I'll try not to. But when I bump the table, the clamp for the boom is on the table, so that if you see the view shake, there's not an earthquake happening. I just bumped the table again. I am actually watercoloring our dear friend Rozzie's. So this is Rozzie's in her owlbear form. And then this is a little owlbear chick for Rozzie too. I don't think Rozzie has her kid in her lore, but I don't know. I wanted this to be a piece that's dedicated to Rozzie and is like slightly out of character because it has elements that are not always there with Rozzie. So here's Rozzie, here's her whole baby, and then here is going to be the final form of Rozzie too. So like technically it's incorrect because it has elements that are not usually there in her lore, but I was like, I just want to make a cool picture that's dedicated to like many aspects of Rozzie all at once. Yeah, it's gonna be a teeny tiny baby. He's just like a fluff. He's just like a fluff with like barely any shape. Little guy. wanted something that celebrated lots of you, and not just one aspect or another. Where is my pencil sharpener? Prince, where's my pencil sharpener? So I'm going through my like big bin of tools. And for some reason, oh hi, do you want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, come here. Come say hi. You have greenish eyes? Thank you. That's actually very helpful. There's Prince. This is my calico Prince. Here, let me get a good view of her. There she be. Thank you for the follow, Cat. That's my baby girl Prince. Well, IRL is brown. That's fair. It's also the nice thing about the webcam too, is that I can flex it up and down. So when the cat comes in. Prince, what's up? You want my attention, baby, or you just wanted to see what I was doing? Okay, she was just checking on what I was doing. I have 2 cats, for anybody who doesn't know. Oh yeah, Rozzie, I didn't have time to put in the emotes yet either. I've been sleepy. I've been very sleepy. But I have 2 cats. They are in emote form, thanks to Rozzie's. RozziestheBard. Hold on. Let me shout you out. Who you should follow. She's absolutely fantastic. If you like my vibes, you will absolutely adore Rozzie's as well. Amazing digital artist, like absolutely incredible. And yeah, Rozzie's did the cat emotes for the cafe. There are 2 that are available for followers. They don't let you make animated emotes available for followers. Isn't that stinky? So if any of you do have a subscription, you are lucky enough to use the very cute animated ones. But if you're following, you can use the static ones that are also very cute. One of them is Prince sleeping, and the other one is Seatbelt pressing her little face up against the glass. Yeah, there they are. Perfect. You got all of them. Thank you, thank you. Good teamwork, chat. Good teamwork, y'all. Where the heck is my pencil sharpener? That is wild. I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I just don't know where my pencil sharpener is. It's usually in this little bin. And for some reason, it does not. That's okay. I don't need the one color I've been using for too much longer, so it'll be okay. Uh-oh, where'd I put it? This is how you can tell that I'm having a caffeine-free morning, because I'm just like discombobulated. Yeah, I have honey brown eyes. I say honey brown, so like in low light it just looks brown. But in sunlight and really, really bright indoor lighting, all of the yellow in my eyes, like, really, really shows. I've had people tell me before that when I look up at the sun, my eyes do just look completely honey-colored. And I got those from my grandmother. She had honey eyes. Her eyes were bright, 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 bright yellow. Kind of like the yellow that I'm using right now. So I have more of the hazel brown yellow. It's a little bit more subtle than hers. There's not a lot of photos of her, but one of the only ones that I have seen of her in color. You could tell, even though she was just like a little tiny figure in the photo from like a distance away, like her eyes are so yellow in that photo. They're just golden, right? And it's impressive, honestly, of like, she had a very rare eye color. So I'm glad I got at least a little bit of it to remember her by. So every time I'm in the sunlight and I look up at the sun, it's like my abuelita Evangelina is there with me. Otherwise, the rest of the family has, well, my father has hazel eyes, and then my brother and my mother and a lot of others in the family have red-brown eyes. So the eyes look brown, but like whereas mine look yellow in light, theirs, when you have like a lot of light on them or in sunlight, look very red, like red, like a very deep kind of scarlet red. It was always interesting reading the Hannibal books growing up, because apparently that's the color of Hannibal Lecter's eyes, and I had not really seen other people with the same kind of red-brown that members of my family had, so I always thought that was really funny. They have Hannibal Lecter eyes. Still here. Ooh, breakfast smoothie. Yum, 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 yum. So floofy, I know. She's my little floofy girl. Hi, baby. Hi, Prince. She's right behind me. She's right behind me, isn't she? No, she's right behind me, just giving herself a bath and chilling. She was obsessed with asking me for breakfast today. It's a little weird. Usually they let me sleep, and I slept in a little bit today. And usually they let me sleep pretty easily, but today she was just like on top of my neck. She's only 9 pounds. She's teeny. She's really tiny. Purring and just like being so aggressive, but also very sweet. So she doesn't get rude in asking for breakfast. She just gets more and more like affectionate. And so there was a while where I was still like really tired, and so she was just sleeping on my chest, or like half awake, half asleep, loafed up on my chest and purring, and she was letting me just pet her nose for like a good 10 minutes. I was just there petting her nose, and she was just giving me slow blinks and purring. But as soon as I said, like, okay, let's go get breakfast, her eyes like shot open and she ran to the bowl. Yeah. Thank you, Meister. What brand of watercolors do I use? Good question. I use Winsor Newton. This palette is... I'm trying to remember when I got it. I know it's like at least 10 years old now. It might be older. It might be like 15. But yeah, like that's actually one of the things that's wonderful about watercolors. You don't have to get a palette. Like you can get the tubes and make your own palettes. Palettes are just kind of convenient for just having that done for you and not having to buy the individual colors. But like if you buy the individual colors, you basically, like a tube of watercolor will last you for the rest of your life, pretty much. Oh, why don't you open? There we go. Yeah, I don't clean up my palette too much. I might start to eventually because it's starting to get kind of layered up now that I'm doing a lot of watercolors. I need to give it a good clean. But yeah, I haven't run out of anything. Maybe I'm starting to get like a little bit low on white, but even like this, it's going to take me probably another like 5 years to get through. And yeah, watercolors just last you forever. They really are, like, they seem like such a high expensive tool at first. But you get so much pigment for so long that I think it's honestly like over time, it's the cheapest paint to use. Winsor Newton got absorbed by another. Oh, I didn't know. I got this like ages ago, so this would have probably been like before they got absorbed. But I use their markers so much. I hope that their quality is still good. Because, yeah, Winsor Newton, like for watercolors for like a lot of supplies, is absolutely fantastic. So I hope their quality is still holding up after the absorption. And thank you for asking, Snow. But yeah, I love art supplies. I almost want to put the suggestion thing open on my throne just because, like, I think I'm a little naive. I'm like, if I put the suggestion thing on my throne, it would be because I want people to recommend art supplies for me to try or for me to use. I don't know if people would do that or if people would use it to be goofy and silly, you know? The hope would be that people would use it to suggest really cool art supplies that I should ask for, but, well. Vincent almost never begs me for breakfast, but I think some of that is he saves his dry food and finishes just before I give him for breakfast. He'll beg for lunch and dinner. Yeah. The girls only get wet food once a day at breakfast, so that's the only time that they're like activated. To be fair though, like I do kind of save it that way because it gives me a very powerful reason to get out of bed. Like they're really polite about it even if they're really wanting wet food. They always have plenty of dry food, so they're never going hungry, but like they want wet food. They want the good stuff. So they get really excited. It's not so much that they're hungry, but that they're just like, "Oh my god, it's gravy time." But knowing how important that is to them helps me get out of bed in the mornings sometimes. So even on the mornings where it's like tougher motivation wise and stuff like that, like the girls being there, sitting there waiting for me to wake up or Prince like purring on top of me will make me go like, okay, let me at least wake up enough to get the girls breakfast and then we'll go from there. And usually that helps a lot. Like I might go back to bed, but I'll be at least a little bit more awake and usually up and rolling not too long after that, if not like immediately after giving the girls breakfast. So it's one of my tactics for combating depression is just making sure that the girls are happy, because I like when my cats are happy. Also, some of you may be new to hear, and welcome on in. I'm happy to have you. When I say the girls, I mean my cats. They're both girls. They also very much are very affectionate to each other and sometimes behave towards each other the way like a mated pair does. So I call them my little lesbians as well. Happy Pride, my cats are lesbians. Ads are about to start. I'm going to do a little stretch break during them, and I might adjust the camera a little bit more so that it's kind of like a little bit more optimal. And the girls. And yeah, we will be right back right after the ads if you stick through them. Thank you so much, but whether you stick through them or you pop out, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you. Yes. Oh, she's a purr queen. Absolutely. Absolutely. See you in a bit. I'll also keep talking a little bit too. Because thanks to folks being super, super generous, last stream, Joanna, Enabler, Darksus, I know Ed did some gifting too, like Rozzies did some bits, Senpai did some bits, like everybody was just over the moon generous and super kind. So a lot of you have subscriptions and can hear me right now. Hi. Make sure to get a good stretch too. Especially if you're doing art along with me, make sure to shake out those wrists. So. Do your wrist rolls, do your wrist pulls. Let's adjust the camera a little bit more. Because I can definitely get it a little bit more optimal than this. It's a little too close up. And I will also adjust the lights too. Fun fact, if you want some lore about me, in undergrad, I started out as an illustration major. Hi, Seatbelt. My other cat is named Seatbelt. She always is sitting nearby, but she's a lot more shy. So you won't see her on camera quite as often. There we go. Like that lighting better. Hi, baby girl. How are you feeling about pets today? You feeling pets or no? What you think? You a pet? Yay, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. Yeah. Seatbelt lets me approach her for pets pretty often now, but I have to do it very slowly. She has to see what my intentions are, and I have to like kind of read her body language to see if she's open to it or not. Because sometimes if I go over for pets and I'm too fast, she'll get scared. She's a adult rescue, so she got rescued when she was like 5 years old. So her amount of comfort with humans is kind of varied. Save? Oh, okay, I'll save. Rozzies, I saved. Thank you for the save reminder. And I mentioned it earlier, but if any of you are working on art as well, would love to see it. I have links open in chat, so you can feel free to post anything that you're working on. And I would love to look at your art, because I love looking at art. I love looking at everybody's art in this community. It's wonderful. Everybody has such distinct styles and ways of interpreting really cool ideas. It just always makes me happy to see how creative everyone is. It sounds like the jackhammers are behaving pretty well today, so hopefully you can't hear them at all. You're working on NDA stuff now. Oh, have a good day at work, Roa. Take care. Rozzie's, I could just imagine you actually going like, yay! Oh, I hope your NDA stuff goes really well. But yeah, I know, you can't share the NDA stuff. I hope you don't have to wait too long before you can share it. And I hope you're getting paid so good. Get all of that bread. It's nice. I always kind of wonder, especially when I started streaming, like, do I like, you know, what's the energy level of my streams? What is my preference? Because, like, when I'm guesting on other people's streams, sometimes I'm a little bit more wild. When I'm hanging out in chats and stuff like that, I'm a bit more rambunctious, and I am because, like, that is very much a part of my personality too. But I don't know, I like this space being kind of like a mix of every now and again we've got like some cozy chaos, and sometimes we have just these nice chill mornings. I'm kind of just channeling my inner Bob Ross. And if anyone ever needs a boost to the music, boost to my mic, just let me know. I'm happy to provide. I'm going to boost up the music a little bit because it's starting to get very quiet. And that way you can enjoy it too. These are all going to be tracks from horror games today, but there's not going to be any intense ones. I intentionally chose mixes that just have like the chill tracks from horror games. So some of them will feel like sometimes a little bit spooky, but not stressful. Like there's not going to be any high BPMs or stuff like that. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to do a audio separated stream, and we're going to listen to Queens of the Stone Age. I'm just going to do like a full morning of going through their acoustic stuff. So I'll go through their recent Live in the Catacombs set, which I'm really excited to share with everyone. It's really, really cool. They're my favorite band. So this will be like the third time that I just do an audio split stream that's mostly Queens of the Stone Age. Instead of mixing in other artists, I've decided to give up for tomorrow and just accept that I just want to listen to Queens tomorrow. And then we'll be listening to a bunch of their acoustic stuff after that. And then if we get through all of the acoustic stuff, probably wrap up with like another listen to the Catacomb set. I'm hoping to finish all of these watercolors I'm working on by the end of the weekend. I'm not going to stream all of it. Some of it I'm going to be completing off stream, but this will be a watercolor weekend. We'll get back to acrylics next week because I really want to work on the 2 acrylic paintings I've started. Oh, it's getting a little loud. It's the thing with these playlists is that you just kind of have to adjust them. Me, D&D character I'm designing right now. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Does your D&D character... Please tell me about your D&D character. Please, please. Your D&D character has a familiar that's a goose with a spike necklace? Because that's amazing. I'm gonna pummel you, twerp. Mate, whatever. Let's go right here. Here, I'm gonna pin it. You're gonna be pinned for the next 20 minutes because that art is rad. It was shown in the Shnu stream too. I was in and out of being sleepy during the Shnu stream because I was watching Shnu not too long. Like, I got sleep, but I didn't get like a ton of sleep after my, oh my god, it was like almost 8-hour stream that I did with Rozzie the other day. Rozzie wasn't doing the full 8 hours, but yeah, Rozzie and I went for a while. Like, I was getting towards my usual end time, and then no, I was like at 6 hours, and then Rozzie came in for like an additional 2. And then I just got so much energy from Rozzie being there, and I was like so excited that I kept going for like, I think we almost went for 8 hours. Ah. Starting day job, but I'm working on an emote for Eli. And I drew that car comic the other day. Hell yeah. Meister, I love your art. Your art makes me happy. Whenever I see it on Blue Sky, I always get really happy. That goose is so metal. Oh, I'm still at Blue Sky too. It's funny, I get lost in Blue Sky as well. I did followings of tabs that like Reb made at some point, and so sometimes I don't realize I switched over into the Ballad of Innerswell tab or the Melvin tab. And I'm like, wow, look at all this Melvin art all of a sudden on my timeline. And then it takes me a minute before I'm like, oh, wait, it's because I'm in the tab. So if there's a time that you see me suddenly reposting like a ton of Ennerswall or Melvin art, it's because I ended up in those tabs and just remembered how cool that art was. I just got lost in there. Trying to plan some adventures for the weekend too, to get out of the house a little bit. Because it'll be nice and cool this weekend. It'll be raining, but I don't know. I think it'll be worth it to go out with an umbrella. I think I have like just enough right now in my bank account that I could go out. Like, I should use it to buy some eggs, but I'm okay. I have some proteins in the freezer. I kind of want to go out and get myself an ice cream, you know? Like, it's been a while since I just went out and got an ice cream. So I think that's what I want to do this weekend. Like, find a place to get an ice cream. Even if it's just like going to a park that's a little further away and just getting something from the ice cream truck. I think that would be really nice. Today I might be hearing back from a job interview for a job I really, really want, to see if I get to the next round. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Everybody give me every bit of good energy for it. I really need a job. I've been job searching for so long, but I would love to end the job search with a job that I actually would really, really want. It is a litigation support job, so the pay is good, and it would have benefits. It's hourly, so it's not salary. So if I have to do overtime, that'll be actually a good thing, money-wise. The commute would be pretty easy. And the work would be defending workers who are trying to fight against their employers because their wages have been like unfairly reduced in some way. So either they've had their wages stolen or they're not getting their payment as they should, things like that. So it's all helping out in workers' rights. And it's some really, really, really experienced folks that started out in LA, and they're starting to expand out here to New York City. So yeah, I would absolutely adore to learn from them, have them as mentors, and do that work. And also, it would be closer to trial work too, because they do a lot of trial. So, be able to get more experience with all of that as well. And who knows, maybe once I get my license and stuff like that, maybe I can keep going with them. That would be nice. But either way, yeah, definitely getting more experience to be able to do worker rights litigation would be awesome. And helping to fight for people that need extra help. It'd be a really cool job. It's exactly the kind of work that I went to law school for, which is to help people, not corporations. So hopefully, their hiring team right now is based out of the West Coast, so I'm trying not to psych myself up too early in the morning. But it does also mean that I'm just kind of like anxiously looking at my emails until late at night. I'm trying to tell myself, like, no, just put it out of mind. Keep doing the job search. Don't think about it. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, it's out of mind until you hear something new. But, damn, it's hard though. I really want this job. Let's see. Let's read about your D&D character. You should. It's been so hot. Yeah. Would love to get an ice cream. I want to joke and say, like, if you donate to my coffee, it'll go directly to me getting an ice cream, which is true, but also, like, y'all have been way too supportive already, so thank you. Speaking of being really supportive and awesome, hi, Fenrir. Oh my gosh, welcome on in. Hi, everybody. Hi, Raiders. Hi, all of the Fenrir crew that I know. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Fen, I hope you had a good stream. Hi, everyone. I'm Ale. Any pronouns? Welcome into the cafe. I am a variety streamer. You will often see my hands. Hi, Wo. Oh, thank you for the follow. And today I am working on watercolors. It is a mixed media thing, so I'm using colored pencils and watercolors, and we're just having a really, really, really chill art morning. Some gentle yapping, some horror game music, but it's all chill horror game music. You won't get jump scared at any point, I promise. But yeah, Fenrir, I hope you had a good stream. Let me know what you did. Oh, thank you for the follow. If you have any art tags, either from this last stream or from any of your recent artings, please feel free to post them. I always love looking at your art. And if you have to raid and run and go eat, make sure to take care of yourself too. Happy to see you all here. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Sun. Hi, Spark. Hi, Queen. Hi, Spam. Spam. DV. DV. Tris, hello again. Soph, hello. Hello, hello. Rozzie. Rozzie, I always laugh when I see you being here and then raiding in as well. A vast vampire raid. Yes, check in, get your drinks, get cozy, and I hope you enjoy your drinks. We made some 3D hands. What? And play a fan mod of Smash. That's awesome. I want to see. If you have it available. You know, sometimes it takes a minute to prep 3D art tags. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Hello there. I have my Redeem, as you see, and it does a lovely little door chime, just like a real cafe. Where one day I'll draw the... Yes! This is also a space that is always, always, always safe for trans folks. I am trans non-binary, and I like having that David Lynch Redeem because R.I.P. David Lynch, absolutely fantastic soul. And yeah, anybody that isn't for trans rights needs to fix their hearts or die. So, safe space for trans rights always as well. I love your emote spam. Glass skull with color shifting mystery liquid? Eels. I had a lot of fun writing the drinks. Also, if you save up your points, you can redeem a custom drink. You can either request something that you write yourself, and I will make sure it's attributed to you as well. Or if you want a drink customed after you that you don't want to write yourself, you can either do it yourself or you can ask me to do it, and I'll make sure to come up with something. Let me see if anybody got the Schnoo one, because that's one that I've actually based off of somebody. Somebody got it earlier. No, I don't see it. Ooh. Oh, mango and bergamot green tea. That sounds so good. I want that. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. See, this is my very proficient way of taking notes. I already did, but I should again. Add Rozzie emotes, I need to do that. And then, let's see. Yeah, you got the Schnoo drink earlier. Mango plus bergamot green tea. Spamalami. Okay. I'm gonna add yours and Steveticus's drink by next time for sure. We love a list. I have so many lists. My house is covered in lists. Oh, feed the kitties. See you soon, Soph. Hope the kitties have a good breakfast. Okay, we have now covered this thing in flowers. But we need to sketch some other parts of it too. And I need to adjust the mic so I don't smack it with my face. You know, a little face smack for the mic. Well, come on in. You got redacted. You see, the drinks are given to you by... This is not my cafe. I just stumbled here one day and have stayed ever since. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm not trapped. I could leave at any time. I just don't want to. But at the cafe, this cafe belongs to the Cat Baron. Someday I'll draw him so that you all can see him too. But the Cat Baron is always at the counter during work hours. And he's always ready with exactly what you need, so you don't need to ask for any kind of drink at all. He'll hand you just the thing that you need today. Artax deployed. Pinning it. Pin. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, this model looks cool. Oh, he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute, though. Oh, I love the design. I love the stripes of yellow in the design. It does a really good breaking up of the suit while giving it some character and volume. That's really cool. Fenrir, you're talented as fuck. You know that? Hell yeah. Thank you for the art tax. Let's see. I'm gonna do... Hazard gave me some neat design and I made it into a model sheet. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, Pud, I'm glad. Cat Baron Ghibli vibes, yeah. Do you have the compliments? Take the compliments. Take them. Throwing them at you. Choo, choo, choo. I hope you had a really good and cozy stream. Or energetic stream. I don't know. I like the energy of your streams. They're always very good. And yeah, it is almost a rainstorm, so every now and again you might see a little bugoo jump into the frame. I live in New York, what can you do? Especially like when it's about to rain, like I swear to God, they just like come out of the walls in droves. They don't bother me, don't let them bother you. It's kind of cute. It's always like they just want to see what I'm doing, and it's like, oh, well, I mean, I don't want you here, but at least you're being polite, I guess. Captain is much awesome. You're getting dog-piled. Wolf-piled? It was good, but now I'm gonna deflate it into a half-inflated balloon until it's time to be a person again. Oh, that's such a mood. Take care, Fenrir. Take care, take care. Get a really, really good rest. And thank you for stopping by, and thank you for... Did I shout you out? I didn't. Being a bad streamer. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the raid. And for everybody here, if you're not following Fenrir, you absolutely should. Very talented being, very funny as well, and also a really good singer. So go follow Fenrir. Super talented at 3D modeling, and you will learn a lot just by sitting in on the streams. I know I definitely have learned a lot, even though I haven't started 3D modeling yet. There's a lot that seems a lot less scary just from watching the streams. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Recently we hit 300 follows, and I've been streaming for a little over a year now. It's honestly more people than I ever expected. I never expected this many people, and it's both overwhelming but really flattering and also very sweet, and I appreciate everybody that's here. I appreciate how supportive everybody is too. Thank you so much for always being really good. Where's my Rozzies references? Oh no, where'd they go? Alright, well I gotta pull up my Rozzie references. I had my flower references, but my Rozzie references aren't here. Oh, thank you for the follow on Blue Sky. I went to Blue Sky to get my references for Rozzie. Thank you. I'm gonna follow you back. Let's see. Where's Rozzie? Rozzie, I'm so glad that you're better about posting your art than I am. Because it makes it really easy to pull up references for you. And so what I'm watercoloring today is our friend RozziestheBard. I think I already shouted out Rozzie, so I don't know if it'll let me shout out Rozzie again. Let me see. Maybe it will. No, I have to wait another 17 minutes. I'll post up Rozzie's Blue Sky. Rozzie has a cute owlbear form. And that is what I'm referencing for this art for Rozzie. And the owlbear form has a couple of different forms to it. Which I'm referencing in this drawing. And watercolors and colored pencils are all about layering, so this is also why the vibes are meant to be cozy as well, because this is not a stream where you're gonna see like, oh, the drawing is coming together right away, like in digital art. It takes a little while for everything to kind of come together. So sometimes for my watercolor streams, especially, I like sharing the references that I'm using, so that you can kind of see, like, oh, that's where this is gonna go. Oh, hi, Seatbelt. I'm sorry. So even though Seatbelt is shy, um, she won't like jump on my lap or anything, but she will ask me for pets while I'm sitting at my desk. And she was, her voice is so tiny, I don't think you could hear it. Um, she was just headbutting me and crying just now, and she's getting some pets. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. She's at a kind of weird angle for the camera, so I'm not going to be able to catch her. One of these days, I'm going to get a secondary camera just so that you all can actually see Seatbelt more often, because she does like getting pets during stream. Hi, baby girl. I know, you're doing so good. Also, because she was so shy, she's a second chance rescue. She got rescued when she was like a year or two old, but she ended up being a trap and release because she was just way too scared of people. And they were like, okay, well, she has a colony she can go back to. Let's put her back in her colony, but spayed. But her colony lived in an abandoned taxi depot and was going to get demolished a couple years later when she was about 5 years old. And so they had records of her and knew that she was really, really shy with people, but they were like, you know what? She doesn't have a place to go to now. We're going to try and see if, like, maybe we can just foster her into being socialized. And hopefully it'll go okay so that she can adapt to home life. And she has been opening up wonderfully. She's still very shy. I don't think she's going to be okay with other people for a while yet, but she's become very affectionate towards me, and I appreciate it a lot. I also got her to be a bonded companion with my other cat who was on camera earlier, Prince. And luckily they both hit it off immediately. So I was like, you know what? I just need a cat that will bond with the cat that I have now. If she never warms up to me, that's okay. I'm going to make sure that she has a comfortable home and plenty of spaces where she can have her own space. If she doesn't want to hang out with me, I just want her to be a companion for my other cat so that they're not lonely. And yeah, I think giving her that space and letting her have if you see the camera shaking, it's because she's bumping into the table every time that she's making a pass to headbutt my hand right now. Giving her that space and letting her see that she can have boundaries and tell me when she doesn't want to be approached, I think helped her really calm down and feel like she's safe. She does sometimes jump on the bed with me too, but she'll be there for a few minutes before she gets nervous and jump off again. It's okay. Okay, you all done? I'm getting overstimmed? Okay. Go play with Prince. Go play with Prince. Yeah. There she goes. Thank you for letting me pet my cat for a while. Now let's get back to it. Yeah, we love Seatbelt. TNR makes me so sad. Better than overpopulation. Yeah, they didn't even try to get her adopted that time, from what they told me, because she was so scared of people. They were like, this is not good for her. This is way too much stress. And sometimes that is the decision by rescuers. Like, if there's a colony that's doing okay and they're able to do like a massive trap and release for that colony so that it doesn't overpopulate, and the colony is like being taken care of by the neighborhood, it's not like in any danger, sometimes that kind of ends up being the best, especially instead of putting them in a shelter where there's not enough room, or like there's already like way too many other cats. Sometimes some cats just prefer to be outside. But Miss Sipo actually really likes being inside. She loves being a domesticated cat. She just gets nervous around people, so I think she just had some bad experiences when she was young with people. Because I see it sometimes, even when I'm petting her And she's being sweet with me. Like she is being again now. Hi, baby. Hi, I know. You're very sweet. Is that sometimes it looks like she just remembers something and she gets like frozen. And she just needs to not be touched during those times. She won't bite, she won't hiss, she won't get angry, but you can see her get scared. And so I give her her space during that time and just kind of gently talk to her so that she remembers that she's safe. I've had cats pretty much all my life, and I'm really, really good with shy cats. Whenever I have friends that have shy cats, usually I'm like the only friend that shy cat has. So I'm really patient with them. And when I wrote to the rescue group, I said, like, one, I would love a black cat, but I need a cat that is like around the same age as mine and could bond, so an adult cat would be great. And also, if you have a cat that is shy and harder to adopt because they're so shy, I have a very, very quiet home. I tend to be a very quiet person, and I'm extremely patient with animals that are shy. So if you need a home that's a good place for cats like that, I'm your person. And Seatbelt was actually rescued the week prior, and they were trying to figure out what to do with her. And so it just kind of timed out beautifully that way. Yeah. I saw one video of you and I was like, that's her. That's the one I want to adopt. She's perfect. I remember I immediately just told the rescuer, like, oh, she's beautiful. Even though she was very skinny and she was very shy, I was like, oh, she's beautiful. She's perfect. We'll adopt her. I never renamed her. The rescuers named her Seatbelt because she got rescued from a taxi depot. And I was going to rename her, but then I just didn't. I don't know. I kind of like when cats have silly names. Me when overstimmed. Yeah, I tried to watch out for when they get overstimmed. My childhood cat was like that. Never a lap cat, but always a friend. Yeah, I don't know if she'll ever be a lap cat. I think she might only be a lap cat maybe when she's a senior cat and needing just some more comfort. But she is a friend. I want her to get used to people. Like, she doesn't have to be social with people ever if she doesn't want to. I just want her to not be scared when I have people over. Even if she wants to hide from them, I just want her to not be, like, terrified. So that's what we're working on now, is every now and again I host something at my house with a few people and just get her used to there being people in the other room and knowing that, like, she can have her space and she can just chill and do her own thing, and it's okay. She's not expected to do anything more than that. Silly name cats are great, and also when they have very human names. Yeah, I love that too. Maybe it's because I have anxiety too. Oh, apparently I'm good with shy cats. My family adopted shy cats, and somehow I'm always their favorite. Yeah, I've had one therapist told me when I talked about how, like, I would approach Seatbelt and try to train her in seeing that she has boundaries and stuff like that, of like, oh, it kind of sounds like she has similar traumas to you, and so you two are trauma bonding. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe that's why shy cats like me. I have PTSD, they have PTSD. We just relate to each other, you know? Yeah, every time you see the camera shake, that has been Seatbelt. She's gone off to drink some water and have some food now. But yeah, all of the table shakes were courtesy of Seatbelt just now. She was feeling really affectionate just now. It was very cute. Very cute. Handshakes and cat headbutts all around. I'll be honest, this might be a little bit embarrassing, and it's something that not a lot of people know because it's very much something that I do with pretty much only partners. It's nothing gross, I promise. Very safe for work. Um, but my closest companion growing up was my first cat. And I had my first cat for 20 and a half years. I got him as a kitten and raised him for over 20 years. He did pretty good. He was honestly like really, really good until just like a couple months towards the end, and then his health declined rapidly. But up until then, like he was still running, he was still having a good time. He was losing some vision, but nothing too dire. Like he could still figure things out, and he lost it at such a gradual pace that he was able to teach himself how to get around the house and everything. So he didn't really need any extra help until like he was just a couple months from the end of his threads. But like I spent the most time with him growing up. I moved a whole lot and just was in the house a lot. We don't have to go into it, but he was my buddy. He was my best friend. He was my constant companion. He was who I hung out with the most. And so, something that I do have some cat like mannerisms because he grew up with me as I was a child, and like we grew up together like through my kid years, through my teenage years, through my 20s. And so, with partners, and I mean like romantic partners, I headbutt them. Not hard. I don't like pow like headbutt them, but that's usually what I prefer doing to kissing. Like I'll still kiss them, right? But I would headbutt them like a cat. That was the main thing I would do. And like all of my partners were taller than me. I'm fairly short. I'm Mexican, so I'm very short. All of my partners were taller than me, and so I would just headbutt them. I would headbutt them like under the chin. I would headbutt them in the neck. I would headbutt them in the chest or the shoulder, in the back if I was behind them, and that was like my way of just like constantly showing affection. And I'm not always like a huge fan of PDA, public displays of affection, and that was the thing that I was really comfortable with was just like a quick little headbutt, like headbutt, headbutt. Like to me that makes more sense as a I love you than kissing does. And I think it's because I was kind of like as much as I raised my cat, I think my cat kind of raised me too. So it's kind of embarrassing though of like yeah, just a little bit weird. Definitely a little bit neurospicy. There's a headbutting my romantic partners. I mean, none of them minded it. I think most of them found it very cute, especially because I'm small, so I'm just there going like, but. Um, and like a deal breaker for me is someone that doesn't like cats, so like I just reminded them of cats, so I think they also liked it because of that. They're like, oh, I'm dating a cat. Not in a weird way. Trying not to lose Rozzie's feet in these flowers. So I guess if you ever see me with a person, that's a sign if I'm dating them or not. As if I ever headbutt them, because I'm not gonna headbutt a friend. Even though I love a friend, like it just feels like something that's kind of a little bit intimate. I'm a little bit of a shy person, but if you ever see me headbutt someone, I'm probably dating that person. Or in some kind of situationship with them. That's a word that people have taught me recently, and I'm like, that's terrible. Like it sounds useful, but also, man. Social cues are already my biggest weakness. They're the hardest things for me to read. I'm glad there's a word for it, but man, a situationship would confuse the shit out of me. I would get so stressed. I always need people to be very clear about telling me whether they enjoy my company or not. Not like out of a validation way, but just out of a like, no, I don't hate you way. Because like many neurodivergent people, if there's too much vagueness, if I'm not sure, if there's too many times that I can't read a person, then my brain goes like, well, the safest thing is just to assume that they hate you. um, and some people would go like, no, but that's not true. And it's like, no, but it ends up being true a lot of times. And I don't like bothering people. One of the things that breaks my heart the most is if I think I've hurt someone or bothered them or made them sad in any way. That will make me cry more than if somebody is mean to me. If I think I've been mean to someone, that will make me cry the most. And so if I think there's a possibility that somebody hates me, I cry, not because I think they hate me, but because I worry that my presence has made them upset and sad. Is that weird? That's weird. It is kind of my default, though. I think it's important to recognize, and I try to like be open-minded and try to go like, let's see the reasons why this person doesn't hate you. But if somebody just outright tells me like, oh, I really enjoy being around you, it's like, whew, okay, one less thing to worry about. One less thing. Because it's one of those things that like, unless you also experience it or have someone close to you that is really, really bad at reading social cues. And some people are surprised because I'm very amicable, like I'm very friendly, I can be very loquacious, like I'm being right now. I can be charming even. And they're very surprised to find out that I'm actually quite shy and very, not insecure, but like always very worried that I'm bothering people. So yeah, like telling me that you like me at least once, like lets me know, okay, cool. Like I don't need it for the validation of like, oh no, you're a good person. It's like, no, I don't need that. I'm okay with that. I just need to know that I'm not making you sad. That's what that is. It's a very hard thing to beat. And it's one of those things that like, if your brain doesn't work that way, I don't know how to explain it in a way that's going to make sense. Unless, like I said, you've experienced it yourself or you have someone close to you that you've like experienced them kind of going through it. Brains are mean. Sometimes some brains are meaner about some things than others. I kind of started just yapping away. I haven't been looking at chat. I'm sorry, chat. Let me see. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't like calling you chat. It feels weird. I like calling you people. Lovesick. Lovesick, hello. Good morning. I hope you got some sleep. Or you'll get some sleep soon. Let me see. Headbutts, headbutts. Spammy. It sounds normal in this community. Yeah, there's a lot of neurodivergent folks in this community. So it's a little, I feel a little bit more comfortable talking about the things that I know are not neurotypical experiences, just because I know there are a lot of folks that, if not exactly the same feeling, like can relate in some way. And sometimes I feel like it just kind of normalizes it in a way that's comforting for folks. So I try to be kind of open about my stuff without trauma dumping or making this place into a not cozy time. Keeping that balance. Sometimes I grab an arm and hug that if overstimmed. Yeah, I like hugging arms more than doing a full hug. An arm hug is a lot easier. I need to know that a bird flew out of the bush near a window I'm next to at the exact same time of you going, "Pacow." Let me summon another bird. Pacow. We're all definitely cat fans. Mood. Yeah. Sorry I wasn't paying attention to chat for a bit. Aw, Soph. Yeah, it's one of those things of like, I'm sure 90% of the time it's not true. But the few times that it has been true are the things that like haunt me, you know, are the things that I can't shake. And it makes me not think about the 90% of the times where it hasn't been true. It just makes me think about the 10% of times that it was true, and how much I regret that I caused any amount of sadness for folks, you know? I don't like making people sad. World is sad enough. I want to make it kinder. That's my one goal in life. Make the world kinder than how I found it. Yeah, if somebody goes out of their way to plan a hangout, I'm like, okay, this is a good sign that you like my company. Exactly. Yeah, I'll like when people do nonverbal things like that, I take it to heart and I go, this is your sign that they do like hanging around you and that they do like you. And I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. You're all good. I just love listening to people yap. Oh, let me allow that. Sometimes it takes me a second to catch the auto mod catches. It's one of my favorite things. Oh, Death Eater. Even when I'm having cozy ones, I do like yapping quite a bit. You're in a good place for yapping. I also will tend to raid into streams of quite a few yappers, so you'll find some good yappers if you stick in this community for sure. It's good to have you. Yeah. So much watching and doing, it's a clear sign. And someone is open and wanting company. Yeah. Yeah. Evie! Evie! Do you have pictures of your bakes? I would love to see your bakes. And I'm glad you finished your baking. I hope the festival goes really well. Yeah, I'm trying to be better about taking compliments too. Like, I'll fuss about them sometimes for fun, but I'm trying to be better about internalizing compliments and taking people's compliments to heart. Instead of, listening to... I grew up, unfortunately, I grew up surrounded by people for, the first 30 years of my life that wanted to tear me down on a daily basis. And I fought really hard and worked really hard to be in a better place and be more confident and sure of myself. Some signs of that are I'm streaming, I'm sharing my art openly. I'm being more out there. I'm living my life. I'm following my dreams. I got my JD earlier in the year, and I'm following my dreams when it comes to all of those things. But, it is sometimes a challenge to take compliments. And I try to keep practicing and meeting that challenge. And I'm very grateful that everybody here is so kind and gives me plenty to practice with all the time. Sometimes too much. But I know it comes from a very sincere place, and that's the thing that matters the most, is that I know it's not just fluff. Like, I know you all mean it whenever you're being very kind. And that means a lot for many, many reasons to me. But it also lets me practice going, yeah, I'm worth a compliment. I believe all my friends are worth all the compliments I give them. I owe it to them to believe the same of myself, And I like kind of vocalizing those things because sometimes people are also struggling on that same kind of journey and that same kind of healing. And yeah, you deserve the compliments you get to. And you just need to keep practicing. Don't beat yourself up about not being able to take compliments. That's silly. That's silly and counterproductive, and you know it. It's tempting, but you know it's not worth your time. Just keep practicing telling yourself that you're worth the love that you're being given. Because I'm sure many of you give that same love to the people that you care about and to all of your friends. So just keep practicing. It gets easier. But it takes a lot of practice. I don't just mean like, oh, you gotta do it like 2 or 3 times. I mean like, nah, depending on how bad the trauma is, like it can sometimes take years, you know? But it's worth it. Every time that I feel like I'm more myself again and not the me that's kind of down and out from some of the more negative experiences that I went through, I feel really proud of myself for fighting for the me that's underneath all that hurt, you know? And yeah, I believe in you too. I believe in me. I believe in you. I know it's really hard. I know it's sometimes really exhausting. Sometimes it's even physically painful because stress does manifest bodily. But you can do it, and it does get better over time. Not very much in a trite way, but very much in a lived experience way. So I hope that helps. That's your little Friday pep talk. That's your little pep talk for the day. And if you didn't need it, hell yeah, you're strong as fuck. And that's awesome. You being strong helps others be strong. Snow, enjoy your drink. Small steps. I found it easier to not outright reject it and be neutral, easier than going straight to positive reaction. Yeah, that's very good. Small steps is fantastic. Brains love negativity bias, they really do. Hey Sparkgross, welcome back. I'm not much a talkative person, so I always try to listen to anything and everything instead, because I suck when it comes to holding conversations. And that just means that you're super observant, and that's a really cool skill. And I'm not saying that in a way of like, oh, that's nice. Like, no, I mean it. Like, being observant and being a really good listener is a fantastic skill. I'm sure many people around you appreciate the times that you have listened very closely. I love good listeners. IG page for the bakes. Oh, I'm going to end up following it. Here, everybody, I'm going to pin up. So Evil Master Pig is Evie, a friend of the stream. Met them a few years ago in Deep Blue Ink's Discord. Very, very, very cool and sweet person. And a baker. And started up a bakery business. So that's what I have pinned right now. Go follow. Go support. And if you are in the area where Evie is, please go enjoy some of Evie's bakes for me, because I sadly cannot. They're too far away. Too far away. These look so good. Ooh, what's the one with lemon? I'm looking at my browser right now. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh, that's a great name. I'm not gonna say it, but that's a great name. I love it. Just for that, I'm gonna snooze the ads for an extra 5 minutes because of how cool your name is. Compliments are hard, yeah. Oh, Forko is open to attacks. Remember, humans are persistence hunters. Yeah. Don't rush at your dreams. Follow them at a regular pace. Take pot shots when you can. I like that. Your dreams will eventually lie down and give up from exhaustion, and that's when you claim your prize. Oh, that's really good. Your dreams will eventually lie down and give up from exhaustion, and that's when you claim your prize. Speaking of this weekend, I will also actually, I know I've been talking about it so much and I haven't been doing it because I've been nervous and working on a lot of other things, but I am going to actually submit voice acting auditions finally to places. For people that don't know, I do a lot of reading on here. Recently, I actually finished reading Phantom of the Opera. Ooh. And I'm doing a live Dracula reading series that I am going to catch up on and get back to and be on the regular schedule for very soon. Right now, I'm just using kind of like my regular yapping, whatever voice, but I do have several reading voices. I have several voices that some people are fans of. And when we play games on this channel, I read everything. So one of my tags is background stream because I very much make it possible to just like throw me on in the background and just chill or work. Yeah, spam. That's very, very important. Let's see, Snow, you got undulating snifter of whispering drops of something thick. It smells lightly of chocolate and cardamom. Tasty. Yeah. W. Lamel. Thank you, Demon. Demon, that name fucking rules. No, Spam, I always appreciate your self-care comments. Very good. Dracula? Yeah, I've been reading Dracula. I actually, on my VOD channel, I have the passages I've read so far. I've been reading it in chronological order. So here, I'll put up my VOD. I have a playlist of the ones I've done so far, but I've been reading through Dracula. It's been a lot of fun. Dracula is a really, really fun book. I read a little bit of everything. I also read Holes not that long ago too, so if you want a full live audiobook of Holes, that is also on the VOD channel. I have a wild amount of reading stamina, apparently. Aw, thank you, Tris. Thank you. Snow, I don't voice act yet. I want to start. Aw, senpai. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try auditions, because the only way to get good at auditions is just to do a lot of auditions. So I'm not expecting anything to come through. Like, I'm going into it going, I'm gonna try my best. But it is auditions, so the likelihood of being rejected is high, but if I don't try at all, the likelihood of being rejected is 100% instead of 99%. Yeah. I like doing the reading stuff too, so that's something that I'm going to be looking for as well, is like I'll be looking for some voice acting roles because it would be fun, but I would really, really love to do a lot of audiobook stuff. I would love to do narrative stuff because I feel like that's where I kind of shine the best, and that's some of the stuff that I really, really love doing. There's actually one redeem that I've tooled around thinking about doing. It would be a pre-recorded randomized one because I think that would be the funniest way to do it because then I don't know what to expect and it might catch me off guard sometimes. And I think it catching me off guard could be extremely funny. Um, but it would be a redeem where I pre-record a bunch of positive affirmations in the calming, soothing voice that I do. And then I would record a bunch of negative/bullying affirmations in the Dommy Mommy voice that I do. And if anybody's like the Dommy Mommy voice, there is a voice. There is a specific voice. I need like something good to read to do it because I don't like just doing it as my regular voice. I do it for very specific kind of reads. And so it would be up to the person to redeem which one they would want, if they want to get bullied or if they want to have a positive affirmation. And I figured that would just be really funny. But it would take a little work to set up, so I haven't done it yet. And I'm also like, would people like that? And I was like, well, if people don't, then I could always just turn it off, but I feel like it could be really funny. Just, like, I'll be in the middle of doing art or, like, playing a visual novel or something, and then you just hear my voice in the Tommy Mommy voice just suddenly bullying the shit out of somebody. Or maybe you're having, you know, kind of a stressful time and you just want a nice little positive affirmation. And so there's the nice version of that too. I wouldn't want it to just be the mean version. I would want it to have the nice version. But I don't know. I've seen what people like in this community. I'm like, I don't think people would never redeem that. Trying to make Rozzie fluffy without turning into a Furby. There you go. People would redeem that. I think so. Anything in particular you want to voice? Games, animations, books? I would love to do voices in games. Animations would be cool too, but I would love to do narrative stuff more than anything. I've seen a couple of casting calls for like podcasts, and that could be a lot of fun. I used to do a podcast a couple years back, but under my dead name, which is why I don't advertise it. But that was a lot of fun. So anything with a cast would be a lot of fun, and narrative stuff would be super fun. Yeah. I'm also looking at, like, this is also a sex worker safe space too. When I fight for worker rights, that also includes sex worker rights. Even though I don't tend to get blue or lewd on here, and that doesn't matter. You don't have to in order to support sex workers. I also am looking at doing like adult voice acting as well, because it is a thing that, as somebody that is kind of in the gray spectrum, like I'm a bit I think the word that really fits the best is demisexual. I have to be like mentally really, really stimulated to be interested in a person beyond just aesthetic. Otherwise, I don't really get like romantic or sexual attraction very much to folks. It's very rare. And it takes a lot of time for it to build up as well. What's it called? So for me, but I'm not sex repulsed either. And this is a space that's very welcoming to ace folks, whether you're sex repulsed, not sex repulsed, you know, whatever type of ace you are, we love you. We love you so much. But as someone that's not sex repulsed, I find those roles to be entertaining because I would just get to make really funny noises that I know that I'm good at. And some of them pay well too. So like I would do that under a different name though. Like I would not make it so that it's easy to find those works because I do need to uh eventually have a search history for myself that won't detract from me being able to be a lawyer in the future. But yeah, that's something that I'm looking into as well. Is looking into roles like that because I think those could be just a lot of fun. Yeah, and if you are sex repulsed, it's totally valid too. And don't look up those roles if I ever get them. But yeah, I would do those under a moniker. I already have like a moniker for the voice acting that I've been playing around with, but for the adult stuff, I would do a different moniker for that. Not out of shame or anything, but just because I'm going to have careers that will need me to use my name and not be clouded with search results that are for things that are not safe for work, you know? That's all. Where do you search? Chris! Hi, Chris. Chris, how are you? I hope you didn't melt to death in the heat. It was fucking awful. And also, Chris, Mamdani. Yes. Chris is one of my offline friends. You're doing kind of okay in this heat? Okay. I know it's going to be a little bit easier for the next couple of days, at least. Everybody go follow Chris. Chris is a friend of mine. Good job, New York. Chris is a friend of mine in New York and has been a friend of mine for several years now and is a really good bean and plays really fun games. And yeah, is just like really, really, really sweet. And I highly recommend Chris. So go follow Chris. Go give love to Chris. Also streams at night, so if you're looking for nighttime streams, Chris will definitely be doing those more often than I do. I only do them every once in a while. But yeah, go follow Chris. Go support Chris. Have you seen Penny with her good blank redeem? No, what's the good blank redeem? Can you let me know? I don't know what it is. That reminds me of the conundrum I have run into. Folks have some interesting views on people who say ara ara. Conundrum is that I fall into saying that when I speak Japanese. I'm concerned about how some folks would react. Folks are going to react the way that they react. I've talked about it in a few places before. I think I've talked about it on stream too, of like, for me, I know sometimes people like my voice, and especially the huskier voices I do, for reasons. And the thing is, that's fine. Just don't tell me about it. It's the brown paper bag rule. Like if you ever watched The Wire, it's the brown paper bag rule of like, yeah, you can drink in public, just keep that shit wrapped up in a brown paper bag. If you have reasons for liking my voice, you can say that you really like my voice, you can do a blush emote, but keep it chill. You don't have to tell me the full details of why you like my voice. I don't ever need that information. I don't ever need to know. I'm not shaming you for feeling that way. You can do whatever you please. I'm glad I can make you feel good, but don't tell me. And that's what I call the brown paper bag rule. So if people are really into your ada ada, just set a firm line of like, you can like when I say ada ada, but you know, keep it chill. Keep it chill. Like, keep it just saying, like, ooh, you say that cool, or something like that, and then just keep it chill. Like, if people really like the Dami Mommy voice, cool. If they really like it, cool, but keep it chill. You don't have to tell me everything. I should make that one of the rules, actually, of like, if you really like my voice, keep it chill. You can You can emote react, you can say a nice compliment, but like you don't have to go into detail. But trust me, I know. It's okay. It's okay. Don't feel bad. It's okay. I know it's not everyone, but I do know that there's a couple. Ad break is going to start in a bit, and I do need a stretch. So we're going to have ads run in a minute for 3 minutes, and then we'll be right back. But I'm so excited to have all of you here, and really grateful that you're enjoying my yaps. I hope that you're having a very good morning. If you're working on anything, I would love to know. Links are open in the chat. You're free to share whatever you're working on in the chat. And yeah, I'll keep the music going while the ad break is going. And I will do a stretch, so you're not going to be missing anything. I might talk about my cats. That's about it. Be weird, but don't be weird about it. Exactly. Exactly, Meister. Everyone knows you're drinking. It's, oh, that's gonna get into a whole discussion about policing that I don't have the energy for today. I'll explain another time, Spark. I promise. Hola, Dibre. Everyone talks about ada ada, but nobody talks about oda 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 oda. I can't do the oda oda oda. Oda is really hard. Oda 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 oda. Hola, Bre. ¿Cómo estás, Brecito? Hi, Divi. Darkfold, I hope you're having a good one. It'd just be you. Yeah. A weird American thing for now? Yeah. Yeah, we'll go into another time. Today we're cozy. It's not that I won't talk about politics and advocacy stuff sometimes, but I don't know. Today it's cozy. Sometimes you need a little break from stuff. Even though this week was pretty good. There's a lot of good news this week. New York did a very good job with the recent mayoral primary. There's still a lot of work to do. There's still a lot that's going to be happening. That's going to be wild for the next couple of months, but it is a nice time to be a New Yorker. And I do love this city, so I love when good things happen to this city. Right, stretching. Yeah, well, don't worry, you're not like doing anything wrong at all by bringing it up. This is not a space that bans that kind of stuff. I don't have the spoons for it today. But on other days, I have ranted about exactly that topic. So, like, I literally have a Molotov cocktail tattoo on my arm. Like, I do have certain opinions about authority systems. Aw, Seatbelt, you sleeping? Seatbelt is asleep again on her favorite cushion a few feet away. Big stretch. I'm gonna look for your sister really quick. Where is she? Prince. Oh, hi, Prince. You doing good? Oh, you're having a good time. Comfortable? This is about the time in the morning when both of the girls sleep, so I'm not surprised. I'm feeling good. We'll be going until either like noon or 1 today. if we end up going until 1, I was thinking probably going until 1 if I wasn't too tired. Then we'll raid into a space where this guy comes from. If you all want to see another piece that I'm working on at the same time, it's still only like halfway done. But this is Scrambles the Raccoon from the Ballad of Ennersval over on Ladies V channel. I'm going to give Lady V a shout out. Lady Vignette. Scrambles! Lady V runs an amazing D&D campaign called Ballad of Ennersval. It's an original world that she came up with. It has her, it has Rebecca Roney, it has Schneebear, and Farty Arty, and Swifty, or India Swift of Doigan Swift, all playing amazing characters that I love a lot. Swifty's character, I'm actually going to do a fan art of that's going to accompany this piece. I'm starting it all over again because Swifty did new art of Ritz and did a new like whole entire character reference sheet, and I'm like, oh, that's what I want to base it off of now. So I'm starting that piece over again, but it's going to be the companion piece to this, and eventually both of them are just going to be surrounded by marigolds. Scrambles is eating some of the marigolds that he's going to be surrounded by. As you can see, which is why he's kind of like ferally stuffed with flowers there and has his pockets full of them as well. Scrambles is sometimes played by Doig as a guest character, and also they did a really awesome one-shot with, oh my god, can I remember everybody that was in it? They did an awesome one-shot of some of the animals of Ennersval, kind of doing like almost an Ocean's 11 type plot. It was really, really good. It's really fun. So if you want like a sampling of what that world is like, I would recommend looking at that one shot. And it had Doig as Scrambles. It had Swifty as Mr. Percent. Is that the name of the frog? Oh my god. As a toad that had a Godfather mafioso voice. It also had Line, a Raven Familiar that is very, very pretty. That was done by Farty Arty. And then, oh my god, I can't remember the dog's name. No! Renee right here, who sometimes moderates on this channel, played a really, really good dog, and I can't remember the name of the dog. It was really good, and he did a really good like California surfer voice for it, and it was great. They all did an amazing job, and it was very cool. Tuft! Thank you! Oh my god, Tuft. Tuft the dog. Oh, I couldn't remember the name. I was like, I remember it was one syllable. It was cute. And that was all I could remember. My brain could not recall it. It's still kind of muggy in the apartment. It's like really humid inside the apartment, so it's affecting my recall a little bit. Yeah, Tuft was really good. Tuft was really good. But yeah, I love Scrambles. I am Scrambles' #1 fan, and I'm doing a watercolor piece of Scrambles. And then my #2 favorite characters is everybody else, because all of the characters are really good. But if we end up going until 1 p.m., then we'll raid into Lady V's channel, because they'll be doing a recap of the last episode, and you can hear them talking about the first episode of season 2. So it would be kind of some spoilers for that. But season 2 is not a terrible place to pick up. So if you listen to the recap, it could get you caught up enough without having to watch through every single episode if you don't have time to do that. That next week, when they do episode 2 of season 2 live, you could watch. So just saying, sticking around until then, you could raid into a really cool channel. And if you need to bounce but want to check it out anyways, yeah, I put the shout out for Lady Vignette. So yeah, it's my pitch for Ballad of Ennersval. I really love Ballad of Ennersval. They've also, Artie and Swifty have asked me for culinary advice for their characters before too, and so I'm like, I feel very, very heart for the team there because they did that, and that made me feel very special. I was very happy to give culinary experience. Yeah, scramble the egg master. You should get a call. Yeah, remember TOS, please. Don't discuss illegal activities in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, Doig, Swifty, Artie, and Renee right here. Percent. It is Mr. Percent. Okay. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Crep's #1 fan. That's true. Crep is amazing. I love Crep's design so much. Oh, you. Oh, hey. Good morning, Renee. I didn't know if you were here. Hello. Hope you're still feeling better. But yeah, you did a great job as Tuft. It was really good. And DV, of course you're Crep's #1 fan, but Crep is so good. I love Crep so much. Every time Crep gets into trouble, I want to cry. I'm like, no. And also, like, Crep is the cutest design ever. Yeah, Fluvu is great too. So, like, if you're just like, I want to know who all these names are, yeah, go follow Lady V. Go check it out. They also have VODs on YouTube as well, and that's linked up on Ladies V channel. So if you do want to catch up, you can catch up that way on the channel and also on the YouTube channel. It's worth it. It's worth it. If you've been looking for something to listen to as well, like if you're in the middle of like podcasts and trying to find something to listen to, I highly recommend getting Ballad of Enderswall as something to listen to. It's very listenable. Though if you do watch it, the art is absolutely incredible. It's all done by really talented, amazing professional artists that are the characters, and they're mind-blowingly talented, every single one of them. Good luck at work today, Renee. Unless you're already out. What time is it? Oh no, you might still be there. Also, any of my mods have free reign to do whatever they want at any time, so treat them well. I think he's calm today, though. I don't know. And who are the other ones? Well, I talk about them sometimes, but I also find it amusing to think of the other folks that have mod powers being able to just come in and just surprise attack anybody that they want. So I will let them do that if they ever wish. But none of my mods are ever required to do anything. I like people being able to hang out here. And just chill and not have anything to do. I have mods, but a lot of them are here as kind of a bit. Renee's the only one that actually got deputized because I really needed help during a time where I got overwhelmed by a raid train that I was a part of, and so I was doing a whole spiel for that, and then I got speech jammed because I also got raided by, I think Fenrir was the one that raided in, like immediately afterwards, so I got like... I got worried because I was also keeping track of like the timing for the raid train, and I got overwhelmed, and I saw Renee was in the chat, and I was just like, help. And he helped out amazingly. And I wasn't surprised that he was a big help. So he's allowed to do whatever he wants as thanks for that time that he helped. Also, if I thought he would do anything bad, then I wouldn't give him a sword. So I don't want anybody ever asking me, like, why did you give Ghost a sword? Why did you give Artie a sword? It's like, because I trust them. I've seen how they moderate before, and I know that, like, they're good at doing bits and giggles, but they also won't mess up my channel. I struggle with actual plays. I love seeing the art. Yeah. Yeah, if you just want to see the art, you can see the art on the YouTube channel too. And they do a lot of art for every episode. They also have art books too. So if you just want to see the art, Ladies V channel will get you to the art books too. Finner is a very good bean. Yeah. I'll be quiet extra now because I'm lurking. Oh, Soph, congrats on your secret thing. I hope you have a good co-work. Yeah. I hope you have a very good co-work. Yeah, and like I mentioned, if anybody wants to share what they're working on, please feel free to. I'm just adding floofiness with the colored pencils before I go back in with more watercolors. I was blown away by how talented everybody is. I'm trying not to color in too much because I am going to go in with watercolor. But also, it's just a really fun piece, so sometimes I just kind of want to keep going on some of the colors I'm putting in. So I'm having a lot of fun building it up. But yeah. So I have people that have mod powers, but I don't really have mods. Not yet. I can keep control of things pretty well so far. And also, I'm really lucky. Y'all are really, really kind and very, very respectful too, so I don't really have too much need for mods. I guess if we ever grow, that could be a whole thing. I don't know. It's weird to think about growth. I have my affiliate versary on July 20th is when I'm going to start the celebration. Technically, it's actually on July 21st, but July 20th and July 21st, I'm going to be reading through my favorite book, Howl's Moving Castle. And yeah, that's how we'll celebrate. Just a nice chill celebration. And I was trying to think of more things to do, but I was just like, you know what? That's my favorite book. I think it'll be nice to just have like a nice, relaxed celebration. I'll run sales on my commission and shop stuff during that time. But yeah, that was like, that's enough. That's more than enough stuff. It doesn't have to be more fancy than that. But it'll be my 1 year affiliate versary, July 20th. So I hope to see you there. If you want to hear Howl's Moving Castle, and if you're like, Howl's Moving Castle, and you haven't heard of the book before, the movie was based on a book. The book is, there are some scenes that are one-to-one with the movie, but the plot of the book is very different from the plot of the movie. However, it was done with love and also lots of consent. The author, who is my favorite author, Diana Wynne Jones, gave her full blessing to the movie and really, really enjoyed the movie and like celebrated the movie, even though it ended up taking like a completely different turn plot wise. She really loved it and she loved the interpretation of her work. And I'm really happy that they had that moment to collaborate like that. I think it's really cool when adaptations do something very different. But that are still within the spirit of what the author would have really wanted, you know? It's been almost a year. I know I've been streaming for, like, I started streaming in May of last year and then had some breaks because I was still going through school and still going through a lot and still doing some work stuff too. And then honestly, it's thanks to this really cool community that we're a part of that, especially like Lovesick and Lovesick Like a Dog and Small Ghost Big Thought. I feel like without them, I never would have gotten the affiliate. They really, really took me in and supported me in a way that not only encouraged me to like be excited about streaming and to keep going. I look up to Lovesick's streams a lot, actually. Let me shout out Lovesick. If you're not following Lovesick, you absolutely should be following Lovesick. Lovesick has amazing videos, so if you go to Lovesick's YouTube channel, Lovesick Like a Dog, amazing videos. Did the anniversary video for Drawfee not too long ago, and also just has really cool streams and like really creative streams, and I really, really like what Lovesick does streaming wise, and Lovesick's sense of humor is also super fun too. You'll see me hanging out in the chat there a lot. It's highly, highly recommend Lovesick if somehow you're not already following Lovesick, but because of Lovesick and Small Ghost Big Thought, I feel like they made it possible for me to hit affiliate back in July last year, even though I was still really new. I'm really thankful for them all the time anyways. They're really cool people that I call friends. And yeah. It is wild though that it's been a year and it's almost been a whole year since I hit affiliate. So much has changed on my channel, not in like the content or who I am, but just like how it looks, how it goes. And it feels like there's so many folks here. It's everybody's really supportive, everybody's really kind, and I couldn't ask for a better streaming experience, honestly. So I'm really lucky. I'm really, 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 really lucky. Thank you all so much. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much. I think I'd like some blue. But like a really, really dark blue on this owlbear dragon. Where's that blue? Russian blue. Where's indigo? Castle Lake. Is it here? Oh. There it is. Hi, Snow. I got here because of ghost raiding and see what I mean? Small Ghost Big Thought is awesome. Hold on, let me also give a shout out to Small Ghost Big Thought, who I think will be streaming again fairly soon. She's gotten a new house and I'm trying to like not divulge most of their personal, so I'm thinking about the stuff that they've said on other streams. But yeah, they've gotten a new house and they're settling in. And I'm pretty sure that they will start resuming their streams very soon. So go follow Small Ghost Big Thought. Very, very, very fun streams. Amazing music. Ghost always has the best music on their streams. And just very good bean. And if you're a fan of cool voices, Small Ghost Big Thought has a really cool voice. But yeah, they helped me out a lot when I was getting started and helped me to like I've been around, I've been around in different chats and stuff like that, and I've been hanging around the community too, but they really helped me feel super welcome and like I belonged. And they're just very sweet people. I'm very, very grateful for them. Also extremely wicked talented people too. Holy shit. I'm just very grateful to know them. And for them helping me be in this really, really safe and nurturing space in Twitch. I definitely wouldn't be streaming a year out, I think, without this community being as kind and warm as it is. I really like streaming a lot too. It's so much fun. That's definitely why I like co-streaming with Rozzies, because we both have a very similar attitude about streaming of like, this is just fun. It's so much fun. It's a place that we can let our creativity be outside of our very real responsibilities that we have IRL. Looking at some of Rozzie's amazing art for the references for this Albert dragon that she has as a final form, the world-ending beast. Definitely some of it will be easier to define in watercolors later, but I want to give it some good bones before we get back in there. And I really wanted this piece. I do some pieces that are very much more like watercolors only, but I really love playing with colored pencils too, and I really wanted this one to be a mixed medium piece. Feels like a good way to celebrate Rozzie's creativity and playfulness is to use mixed mediums. And also I have these color pencils because of Rozzie being so kind and sweet. So wanted to make sure to use them. This is an owlbear dragon, so it's made up of like shadow and feathers and fluff. And doom. So I'm trying to get some of those really disparate kind of textures in there a bit to help me not have to do it all with watercolor. Because especially for like a tight space like this, it can be a little tedious to get too many details in just watercolor alone. Oh, I'm neglecting chat again. I love the tweaks and slight improvements streaming allows. Yeah, it's like a long-term casual passion project. Exactly, Spam. Spam, you started streaming around the same time I did too. Oh, also, amazing. There's so many people to shout out always. Spam is an amazing streamer. Really, really cool artist. I always get really inspired by Spam's paintings. You should be following Spam too. Spam, when's your anniversary? It's coming up, isn't it? Aw, no. No need for thanks. Is more than deserved. You do really cool stuff. I also like the title cards that you do on your VODs too. They're always very cute. I like seeing them pop up in my YouTube timeline. Spam streams are really good. A couple months after you. Oh. Yeah, I remember us like talking about starting when we were both in Deep Blue Ink's server, and just kind of talking about starting and all of the stuff involved with that. I feel like you were always so much more prepared though. Like you had like a whole overlay that you put together. You had your character. When I started, some of my first streams, some of them are on the VOD channel, was like literally just me having like a block that I would write down text of like what I was doing, and then just the webcam of like the stuff that I was working on. That was it. No overlay, no nothing. Very, very, very bare bones. I think there's still something really charming about that kind of a setup, but I like having more visuals and more stuff. I can't wait to take the time to start building out my own overlay. I didn't build this out. This one is a pre-built that you can get with Streamlabs, but it's one that I felt like fit the vibes I was going for the most. That's why I picked it. But eventually I do want to make my own and do some live 2D elements in it as well. But I'm focusing on making sure that I get a job first, get that financial stress squared away, and then I'll start having the room to like learn a bunch of new art tools, you know? Right now I kind of got enough on my plate. And as much as I want to start digging in and learning, I know that I got to focus on those things first. The dragon has a lot of wispy bits to it. Or the beast. I keep calling it a dragon. It's more of a giant chimera creature. I just really like dragons, so I keep calling it a dragon. But it's got like smoky, whooshy elements to it. I'm trying to get some of those in there. So if you're wondering why I'm like adding all of these lines, it's to remind me to add some like feathers and stuff. I'm also trying to like diversify the depths as well. And it's something that I will keep building with shadows as I keep building up the layers with watercolors and with colored pencils, but this is definitely the layer where they begin in terms of sizes of things. I'm trying to have some stuff more in the foreground, some stuff more in the background. These are all just kind of little compositional things that you can tweak as you do your piece. I think I started moving it off camera a bunch. Yeah, hopefully you can start to see a lot more of this painting now than when we started. I need a good color for Rozzie's glasses. Rozzie has... What color are Rozzie's glasses? Rozzie has red glasses, right? I keep remembering Rozzie having red glasses and I don't know if that's true. Oh, I see them as white. Oh, that's hard. Did she ever have framed glasses? Oh, they're frameless. No, that's very difficult. I'm not going to do that at this point. Girl, where are your glasses? I know sometimes Rozzie also doesn't have glasses, but I do like the glasses. Rozzie has glasses sometimes, yeah. Hi, damsel. Hope you had a good sleep. Not all the time, but every now and again, Rozzie has some glasses. I actually personally like the design with glasses the most. I like all of the Rozzie designs, but I really like the glasses. I always find them very cute. I'm just gonna give her little tiny reading glasses, because I was also gonna give glasses to the little matching glasses to the little baby owlbear that's here, because I thought that would be cute. And I also definitely did the sketch with the glasses in mind, because I was like, what are some of these loopies? And it's like, oh, right, it's glasses. Okay, that's going to be watercolored in. This I'm gonna leave to be watercolored in. Okay. I think we can do another layer of watercolor. Oh, and then her horns. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot her horns. And get the shape right. Little cones. They are much like a cherry pink. I was like, what is missing? And it's her little horns. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I almost forgot Rozzie's horns. What the heck? The heck? This will probably get built up in color by color pencil. I'll do a little layer of pink in the watercolor too. Just to give those some depth. Beak I'm gonna do there. And then I need to do a little bit of blue wing. Because I'm trying to pay like full homage to Rozzie's design too. Like some of it is styled in my style, but I want to make sure I do good, respectful nods. Hi there. Who we got? Eli! Welcome on in, Eli. Hello, hello. Damsel. Ooh. An iced Americano. Ooh, with a red bow. Very fancy. Very, very fancy. Very nice. Eli, I hope you're having a good one. Hope the week has been calm. Brain's still cloudy. Oh, I'm glad you're hanging out. But make sure to take care of yourself. Any amount of rest you need, make sure to do. Oh, Sploot, that's cool. First time waking up in an all-Easter. Oh. Oh, stretch. And little teeny tiny baby horns. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Let's see if there's any other elements I'm missing. I think that's everything. It has teal eyes. I'm going to do a little bit of teal. They're mostly closed, but I'm going to have a little bit of teal peeking out. I think that's mostly it on her design. Nice. Nice. I'm starting to get sleepy. I don't know if I'm gonna last all the way to 1 or even to noon. Thank you. Thank you for the stretch. let's get one more layer. I start getting so sleepy. I think it's just because it's so humid in the apartment. It's really cloudy outside. Sleepy day. That, and I think because I also keep worrying about waiting for hearing back on the job interview thing, that it keeps like preoccupying my mind. So we'll see. Ugh, I'm streaming. I shouldn't be looking at my emails right now. Okay, but they haven't gotten anything yet. Also, it is 8 a.m. where the recruiter is based. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to... It's not at the place where I'm feeling like it's getting to where I want it to be quite yet. But I know with watercolors and with colored pencils, it is a process of patience. You have to kind of keep working at it. So we'll do a layer of watercolors, and while that's drying, we'll just a cozy wrap up. If anybody wants to share anything they've been working on, if you're able to, I know some folks are working on some NDA stuff. Always happy to see it. You don't have to ask permission, you can just post your art. This would actually be a really good color for the monster eye, if it'll come up again. Don't know if it will. No, I think it's solidly in there. I'll build on top of it. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. And I'll have the blue-green eye. But I want it to have a nice glow to it. So we're going to be careful in the way we layer it. Just do very, very, very subtle little layers and glazes so that we can keep it nice and glowing. And get a little more green. Sorry that I keep bonking the camera. This is a very long brush. So I do keep bonking the camera a little. Oh, I'm sleepy. There we go. A little green. And keep working on that. Where's my towel? Oh, hi, Seatbelt. Seatbelt moved from her cushion to be on the floor underneath my table. Hi, baby. I think I've been sitting with my legs on the chair. I think she's been wondering where my legs were. Were you wanting to headbutt me? And I gave you nothing to headbutt. Oh, I'm sorry, Seatbelt. I'm sorry. You want pets? Or are you just chilling out? You just wanted to be close to me? Okay. Okay. That's very sweet. Yeah, that's very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate your company. You want to touch toes? Touch. Thank you. Just let me touch her toes. She's very relaxed if she let me do that. Let's see. Let's focus on this owlbear. Oh, good night, damsel. Have a good sleep. Have a very good sleep. Oh my goodness. Seatbelt. You can't tempt me with your tummy like this. Oh my god. Seatbelt has just like lounged out completely. She's all stretched out. She just did a little stretch towards me. And she just is full belly up right now. Hi. Touch toe? Oh. And touch toe. Yeah. Do you like touching toes? You're not sure? It's okay. Oh, sleepy girl. If you're sleepy, go to sleep. Yeah. Are you comfortable? Okay. Here, I'll get back to work. I think you don't like all the attention right now. I'll get back to work. I'll get back to work. I'm gonna choose a different brush because I'm getting really annoyed with it bonking into the camera. Yeah, she wants to be near me, but she doesn't want to be perceived at the moment, which is such a mood. Such a mood. Don't want it to be as dark as here. And I think I'm gonna play with adding a little bit of a yellow shadow to see how I like that. Might not. And I might end up adding blue instead, but it's okay to play around with watercolors and experiment. I kind of like that. And just do a lighter amount here on this wing. And we'll go back in with the color pencil. So what the plan is basically doing a layer of watercolor, layer of pencil, layer of watercolor, layer of pencil until we finish this guy up. Mood seatbelt. Oh, this brush is so much better. It's really doing what I want texture-wise, too. I'm glad I switched. I'm glad the webcam being as low as it is made me switch. Yeah, tomorrow we'll keep watercoloring. We'll listen to Queens of the Stone Age. Sorry in advance to the VOD watchers, that will be a silent stream for you. You'll still hear me, but you won't hear the music in that one. And it'll be a nice day. And hopefully next week we'll have regular morning schedule, as long as there's no other heat waves. If there are heat waves, I'll do the CatBaronCafe after night streams again, after dark. Because it will be too hot to stream during the day. But I really like morning streams. Even though I'm sleepy today, I usually get a really good amount of energy to carry through the rest of the day when I do them. And if we do go to regular schedule, that will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And Saturday mornings. And every now and again, usually if I can't do a stream, I'll end up doing a night stream where I read. There's a nice little cozy one to make up for the one I missed. Which I know I don't have to do. Like, I know you don't have to make up streams or things like that, but I don't know, I like doing it. And usually if it's a week where I miss a stream, doing a nice cozy reading stream is nice for me too, honestly. Usually helps me as well to just have some time to relax from whatever caused me to miss a stream. I got plenty of stuff to read still. I have an absurdly big library of books. I'm also really close to my local library as well, so I can kind of pick up just about anything. Fun isn't hard when you have a library card. I love the library. So we are losing a little bit of texture for now, but we'll put it back in. And it'll all keep layering. So how this piece looks now is definitely not how it's going to end up. And I think that's kind of the cool thing about watercolors, is that it's really until not when you get towards like the very, very end of it that it's like, oh, this is what it's going to look like. Yeah. Oh, happy dog wash. That's cute. I hope the dogs appreciated it. Go put myself to bed. Good night, Tris. Sweet dreams. Always good to see you. Have a good sleep. Hope you have a really good one. There's some color. Need like a really bright green. I these greens feel a little muddy. Not quite the color I want. Blue. And then hit it up with the really strong yellow. It's still really muddy. How do I get a nice lime green? Hi, seatbelt. Hi. Do you want more pets? Oh my goodness. Hi. Okay. You want so many pets today. This might be a new record. Is this a new record? It is. Hi. Hi, pretty girl. Oh my goodness. What's up today? You just feel very cuddly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep my leg down so that you can headbutt it. Yeah, I'm sorry I kept my leg away. It wasn't on purpose. You're such a cutie. Do you know that? You're a cutie. Usually Seatbelt will headbutt me like once a stream. This is like the third time now. So she's really happy today. She might just be happy that the road construction noise outside is trying to finally quiet down, honestly. I'll have to keep working on this green. I think I'm going to mostly need to build it with color pencils. Like I'll wash a little bit in with the watercolor, but it's really hard to get that right green. However, in color pencil, I do have the correct green. So, that's good. Now, teal, on the other hand, is not too hard at all. So I can get Rosie's little beret pretty easily. Yeah, got a color match pretty quick there. Water that pigment down a bit. There you go. Oh, thank you. I know the paper is buckling a little bit. It's very kind of you to say. The paper is buckling a little bit, so it is it is getting a little like some weird shadows and light that's not on the actual piece. It's just because the paper is buckling and it'll flatten out. I'm going to put a board on top of it to help it flatten. Once we're done streaming today. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. It's hard for me to not stop and add the caveat constantly of like, it's not where it needs to be yet. Because, I mean, it isn't, but also I am very thankful for the compliment too. It is very kind. Oh, did we run out of music? Or is the music quiet? It is hard to tell with horror music. Sometimes it is just really quiet. I think it might have ended this time though. Okay. I will get a little bit more music to wrap us up with in just a sec. An Alberlet, yeah. A little Albert. Let's do this one. There you go. As you can hear, I have a really bad habit of sticking paintbrushes in my mouth. Shouldn't do that, but I do. It's just, it's a convenient mouth brush holder. Or it's a convenient paintbrush holder. I'm trying not to let the wispy beast get too defined. I'd like it to have a lot of wispiness to it still. A lot of flow. So that'll be something I need to be careful with as I build up layers. Thank you so much. Oh, have a good day, Bud. Hope work goes well. Thank you for your company. It's nice having you here. Oh gosh. Sleepy, sleepy. Seatbelt. There are pigeons outside. Do you see them? You're too sleepy. Too sleepy. Yeah, unlike some of the night streams I've done recently, usually my streams are between like 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes a little bit longer if we really get on a roll with something. Either a game or a project or something like that. Usually they tend to be 3 to 4 hours. Me doing 2 streams that were like over 7 hours long this week was insane. It's absolutely insane. Very fun, but yeah, that would be very difficult to keep up on the regular. I'm really liking how that beast is turning out after the watercolor layer. That's looking fun. That's looking fun. I don't think I want to build up the roses this layer. I think I'm going to build them up with watercolor after one more pass of colored pencil on some of these other elements. And then I'm going to really get into the roses. So we'll get into the roses. Tomorrow will probably be a day where we're just painting the roses. Like really getting into them. So if you really want to see flower watercolors, tomorrow will definitely be that day. But for now, I think this is a good spot to leave it to dry, to press it down so that it can get more flat again and not be too buckled. And yeah, so this is what we did today. It's starting to really build up there. It's nice to see it on the webcam because I can actually see it like as if I was stepping back from it a little bit and not just from the angle of like underneath it. Yeah, I'm liking how that's coming out. That's building up nicely. And we'll keep building it. I love the outlet. Aw, thank you so much. Okay. Y'all are very sweet. Y'all are very kind. I appreciate so many of you staying this long. That's wild. Especially for such a sleepy stream. But yeah, I am so happy that you came here today. Thank you for the follows today. Thank you for the raid, Fenrir. Thank you for the raid, Libra. You're both probably sleeping by now. Thank you for the resubscription, Dizzy. Dizzy, you're always such a sweetheart. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, thank you all so much for the support. Thank you all for sticking around. Let's find some place to drop you off at. Someplace cool. Let's see who's online. Hopefully there's a friend online. Let's see. Who's online? Who's online? Ooh. Let's see. Nobody I know too well. There are good people online, but nobody that I know too well. Let me see if I can find somebody that's doing art specifically. Ooh, Full Tomato is cool. Simsy art is really cool. Full Tomato just started and has a really cool like Friday art stream. So I'm gonna send you over to Phil Tomato. I don't know Phil Tomato personally, so please be polite. Please be on your best behavior. I'm closing up the cafe for now, but I'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll start the day with Dracula reading tomorrow morning. We're gonna catch up on all the entries that I've missed so far chronologically, and then we'll be back on the regular schedule. And then after that, I will take a little break and then get back to painting. But otherwise, thank you all so much. Treat Phil very nicely. I don't have a raid message. I just ask that you be on your best behavior, enjoy, and support where I send you. So give that good love. Take a coffee to go to Phil Tomato. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you all for being here. Mwah. And now we have to awkwardly wait for me to be able to send